OBS just die? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Listen to this. Slow fade. Ah, beautiful. Wow. Hey everyone. I am Sophia Light, aka Existential Terror. But here in this world, you may know me as Beroe. And let me show you how my empire is doing today. Ignore that. We'll come back to that. Oh god. Oh, those are the fireworks. Oh no. Oh god. Oh. Alright. Everyone's against us, but look at what we've done. Kith and kin, the truth today is that we find our kingdom under attack. Instead of doing anything about it, or building a bunker, anything like that. Oh, no, hang on, I can't move that. Can I move that? Maybe I can. Hot dog. Instead of doing anything about that, I have been working on this incredible base. And nothing, because I don't think we can lose, and even if we do lose, sometimes it's better to have a thing worth losing, but also we're not gonna lose and it's fine. Anyway, this is the, jewel of the Birdman empires going forward, I hope. I'm very proud of it. Let's, have to do a few stops before I get into it. Here's our central room. We'll get some more parrots there. Good party zone. But, up here. Yeah, let's put a few things away and talk about what's happening. So earlier, I found a. Sorry about the ticking. We're just gonna stay in here until the phantoms go away, I think. Boom, peace and quiet. I found that a certain king had left some certain threats for me about, which is fair. Well, no, it's not. I did antagonize this king very much, so I should say it's not surprising. Fair, hard to say for certain. These are the shears which I found from the king, and I enchanted them up a little. I thought they should be nicer. And the king wants these back. And what the King of Lands did to get this back was kill off some of the Frog Empire, or some of the Frog Dynasty, and make certain other threats to my base, which I will show you momentarily. Just gonna. So I've proposed a truce in the meantime, or what's the word? A parley, a peaceful meeting. We'll just. Just do a little management here. Hang on. Just want a little space for me in here, you know. Yeah. Just get some stuff in here. Boom. Bingo. Perfect. Boop. Badoop. This'll be fun. I know what you're all here for. It's the inventory management. And by God, you will get it. Couple snacks. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Nope, still phantoms. Hopefully that'll lay those ghosts. Let me just show what we're up against real quick. So you may have noticed this. Now, this was not installed by me. This is a threat, and if I can land up here, you'll notice there's nothing, I mean, aside from these lights, there's nothing on this obsidian grid. But I'm to understand that this is nonetheless a threat. Perhaps indicating the interest of bombing this area with TNT. Now, this area is my area, so this does present some problems. And, well, yeah, let's see. This is the note I was left. To the traitor Beroe, first you tried to extract your own loyal oaths from my loyal subjects. You bled for that many times. It is. I was killed many times for that, and I did do that. Now I hear you've done another act of pointless rebellion. You've stolen my lore shears. I found the lore shears, so I would debate that a little. They were left on the ground despawned, and I did make them better, but this does mean we have leverage. Carry on. Since bodily harm didn't do the trick last time, that is true, I am immortal, I am now reminding you what can happen to the land of one who fights against reasonable and rightful authority. I am a kind ruler, so this grid doesn't have dispensers in it. This time. The dispensers, dear viewer, are for TNT. Give me back the shears, or there might be a next time. I will write your surrender at the Temple of Light. So, this is what we find ourselves up against today. Now, I would hate to... Oh boy, it's happening. Let me just set this down here for the record. I loathe the idea of coming to authority, but there's something in the... Oh, Jesus, I still need more space. Oh, God. Okay. Great. But this is a threat, and again, several members of the Frog Dynasty were killed. So I think I'm going to put that away. I have that to go to. And, let's meet up with the king and see what we can do. meet them where I believe to be, at the Temple of Light. Armor off, no weapons. Except for my boots, because the fall damage, I may well. It would be pretty embarrassing if I just beefed it, just with a hard landing. You know how it is. Now, if I recall correctly, you may think, Beroe, didn't you just get coordinates about where the Temple of Light was? Yeah, but listen, shut up. I'm pretty sure it's like this way. Or this way. Like, hereabouts. Unless it were in... it's like a 200 and a 150, wasn't it? Oh boy. Well, this, dear viewer, is the central area of our kingdom. Our fine server of ours. Kingdom, I don't mean to, ownership-wise, but the center of the realm of this server. And, yeah, there we go. Hang tight. Oh, I have the tab muted. Hang on. Hello?
You say this whole thing about... You give me this whole spiel about no weapons and no gear, and then you show up in boots. You're not even following your own concept here.
I said weapons, to be fair. I'll take it though. Hang on. Let me just put these away. Is this acceptable to you?
I suppose. So, what did you wish to say?
Do you want to take a walk?
Why?
Oh, it just makes talking easier. We don't have to. I can say well enough right here. Nice temple. All right. Well,
So you haven't even stopped by, even though the instructions clearly said to come to this location. It's still empty.
No, I haven't. Now listen, you've sent a pretty strong signal. I was surprised to see the obsidian grid, the wildly extensive obsidian grid, over my manor.
That was your territory?
Over my territory. And I was...
Yes.
I was impressed. I didn't think you were a person who would stand down to a challenge easily, but I wasn't expecting that level of escalation. But I'm impressed. Now listen, I have your shears, and I'm willing to return them. But let's just chat a little. First of all, I just want to be clear. I'm not sure I stole these shears from you. I think these were left on the ground in item form, in perhaps what's closer to my territory than anything else. And I gave them a name and several enchantments, when I picked them up. I didn't take them from a chest. I just want to be clear about this. Does that sound right?
They were mine, and that is what matters here.
Fair enough. But I gave them some names, or some fancy names, and I did give them a title. And I think that counts for something, to be fair.
Well, if you originally stole them, then they are mine. It's not my fault that you invested your levels in something that wasn't yours.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just establishing here. They weren't lore shears until I picked them up and called them lore shears. I just want to. They were yours originally, and I think perhaps they will be yours again, depending on how the rest of this conversation goes. But you can have them back. Very likely. The thing is, that obsidian grid. It was so large and so powerful. You're not the kind of person to back down from a challenge. I get that. And I think that's a good leader, or a good trait in a leader. The thing is, the problem is, neither am I, going to back down from a challenge. I'm definitely a good trait in a leader. Don't accept any qualms otherwise. But,
You are.
neither am I, is the thing. Imagine, maybe you come back in, at night when I am asleep, since we are on wildly different time zones, and you, bomb Birdman Manor, and the Birdman territory is into dust. I will cry, and I will recite poetry from the fall of Ur. It will be so sad. And then I will lay wreckage to everything you've ever done. Villagers gone, houses gone, supporters gone. I don't want to do this. This seems bad. This seems like a wasted effort on both of our parts, but I will.
You could simply back down, then.
Well,
If you back down, then none of that has to happen. It's very simple.
but that's not going to happen, is the thing. But I don't want to do that. I would just be making a lot of allies. We'd be spending a lot of effort we don't need to. This is kind of what I'm saying. Please listen. I have nothing on me. Can we take a short walk towards the server center? Just a little. Is this where the server center is? Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, okay. If not, we'll just walk around here and come back, I guess. Whatever. Look at this. All right, you style yourself. You are, I suppose. What is a king? But you are the king of this fair land. This beautiful territory.
Not just, and it's not just that I call myself. I have the beat-ups given right to this title.
I'm a little dubious about that.
He is right at spawn. You can check the speech bubble.
No, I've seen him, but I think he looks like just a guy you made out of moss.
What is beat-ups but a guy made out of moss?
We could. Oh, okay. Thank you. This is the service center. Yes. Beautiful land.
Yes, my land is rather grand.
It is. And here, I do believe this man made of moss, which I believe you said this thing that is coming out of his speech bubbles. And that's something.
Assure you, I did not build this version of the statue.
Fair enough. Do you think it just... Did someone else? Did it just spawn like this?
I mean, maybe it's just what happens when someone clearly deserves a title?
Perhaps. Uh,
Perhaps that's how metaphysics work.
it's hard to say. I'm no metaphysician, but it seems very possible. Where is it going? Headline after this? Yeah. Beautiful kingdom, and I'm impressed. People believe in the power of this Moss Man. Is the thing. You have supporters. People who follow you. And so do I. I would say. We have perhaps hard to say. Perhaps an equal number of supporters. Which is interesting. But people do respect
However,
you.
none of them are equal to my knight. So,
Well, your knight's a good knight. Let's not, it's hard to just compare people one to one. I mean, I don't know. Uh, maybe. I have some doubts.
it's empirically true that the two of us can murder you 20 times in a row if we so desire.
Not, but me and one of my knights, you might have one of my knights. You could conceivably propose something of a challenge. What I mean to say is, this is a beautiful series of lands where the house is. The house is over here, very nice. I would hate for anything to happen to this. And honestly, if we got in a fight, I don't think much would happen to this. Because this isn't... You didn't build this. Oh god. Excuse me, sir. Sir. Yeah, in fact, I believe one of my allies built the, much of the infrastructure you see here. Now, this, certainly, yes. I'm just saying, like, the mall, that kind of thing, that's not yours by default. I think that was built for everyone. I have no, intention of stepping in on that. Now, this area, yeah. Certainly, house is gorgeous. Sorry, what do you say?
I mean, it's on this server. I think really, technically, everything on the server belongs to the king of the server. Isn't that how it works?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I think you have this beautiful, or you're the clear. You do seem to be the monarch of this accepted area. And I am also a leader of sorts of my area. And listen, you'll blow my extremely beautiful build down. I believe that. I believe that of you. And I don't want to do the same to you, and I don't think you don't want to do that to me either. Because listen, you have people. What I think you don't have is a lot of, I don't know, claim thus far. Like, what are you doing for the people? Like, what do
I
people get
made
from you?
the whole Netherpath network.
You did. That is a baller Netherpath network. But there's another Netherpath network now on the roof, and that one of my that my greatest ally made. And it's not as pretty
And
as
it
yours.
is surely a lot uglier.
Is, but it's pretty convenient. What I mean to say is, that's pretty good. But you did just do that. And, like, I have a nether link up there. That's great and so convenient. Where was I going? Hang on. Or say your thing. Sorry, I had a thing in mind. These men on fire over here are mildly distracting. Oh, they're not on fire anymore. Okay. Well,
that problem.
It is
You
self-limiting.
too are a problem that could be solved in that way.
I don't think I am. I think, oh, yep, there goes another one. I don't think I'll go down this easily, is the thing. And I think, you might just be wrong. You might just misunderstand how unlikely I am to back down. Uh, or you, but I get the sense you might know that, so, listen, what I'm just thinking, you have people who respect you, and who accept your right to, oh, let's say this broad area, this kind of thing. People come to your call or whatever. But I don't think you have everyone on the server that you think you might. Do you want an enemy? Do you want to be enemies?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I want to, but if you're not going to follow the will of the righteous king of the server, then I suppose we might have to be. And I'll win. And the Birdman and the Birdlands will be rubble and dust.
You may misunderstand me slightly. Yeah, I believe you. If we fight, yeah, that will happen. And then so will all of the things you hold dear in short order. And it'll be just a giant mess. What I mean to say is, the righteous king, this moss man has given you, this moss man has given you the throne. I think that means less to other people than you might, and they'll want other things out of a king also, such as more improvements in their way of life, or benefits of sorts, or perhaps that you're protecting them from an outside threat, or at least that you're holding your own against a righteous nemesis. Sir, what I mean to say is...
My server is on my side. You see?
What I mean to say is, I worry, if you fight me, I'll, I'd work in secret, and I would do acts, and I'd try to sway people over to my side, and I don't have to do all of that. What I mean to say is, your people, or other people, will, think more if you, if you have something you're defending them against. What I'm saying is, do you want to be nemeses? I don't mean this as a threat. Do you want to be nemeses? Do you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, but I mean, I did give you a very simple way to stop this whole conflict, and you haven't taken it. You haven't given back those shears.
All right. Well, listen. Here's the matter with as far as the shears. You did come over and you did put my now I know about you're a firefly, you're toxic to frogs. I get it, but I have a lot invested in that frog dynasty. And you did kill off the king. And that's fine. We can rebuild. We've done before. They're a very versatile dynasty of frogs. But I have a lot riding on those frogs. So I can give you back the shears. There are some things you can have the shears. I will. The shears are important to you, and I don't want my base blown to shreds. If it's what it takes to de-escalate it, if you can mostly leave the Frog Dynasty, or at least any of its titled nobles alone, and you have the shears, then we could keep that as a truce between us. How does that sound? Sort of a signal that some lines don't have to be crossed. Or don't.
The one I killed most recently styled themselves king.
He's a frog king, though.
The style wasn't frog king, the style was simply king. How is that not competition?
You know what? That's fair enough, and I will make sure any future frog monarchs are clearly labeled as frog kings. I understand. You are the king on the server, and they're certainly whatever competitions between us may happen. We don't need frogs just getting in the way. They're gonna lose to the fight. I'll cop that. That's fair. You know what?
Well, I suppose we can come to an agreement then.
Marvelous.
I would say that it's a pleasure doing business with you, but I'm not sure it has been.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, okay, listen. Yeah, I'm glad we did this. I'm gonna take down the obsidian at the manor, cause it's my sky. It's bad for my skyline. You know, it's cool. It's
That's
just the
fair.
aesthetic.
Just remember what it represents about what a king can very easily do to a rebellious nation if you do anything like this ever again.
I understand.
Just remember that.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm glad we've been able to come to whatever this has been. It seems better than the alternative, I would say at least.
I suppose it does.
And, yeah, that's good. And, I don't know. Think it over. Again, you're not going to step down from the throne. I wouldn't expect that. I won't lie to you. I also crave absolute power. And I get it. You also clearly do. But since neither of us are going to get it, I'm just saying, I think there might be something to being enemies. To being, like established enemies. Just keep that in mind. I think that could behoove a ruler in the right contexts.
I'm possible if you keep doing things, then I suppose we'd have no choice but to resume the eneminess. That is not the word. Dang it.
Anemone? No, that's a different thing. Hang on, is that the same thing? That can't be related. Enmity has to be a different thing. Enmity.
Enmity?
Enmity? Enmity. Deep-seated, often mutual hatred. Animosity, a condition of antagonism. A condition of antagonism. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't. I'm not. Just saying. Nemesis, maybe a condition of antagonism. I think there could be something workable there. But just think it over. As I said, I don't think either of us are going to back down quickly. And I respect that. I think we're more alike than you may think.
Well, you said something in your whole stream of speech there about how neither of us is going to get absolute power. That was a misstatement, right?
Oh.
I think that
no.
was a misstatement of you.
Oh.
Well, I seem to have reasonably absolute power of this server.
Do you?
Got my shears back.
My kingdom stands.
Because I got my shears back.
Mm,
Otherwise, you know what you'd log on to tomorrow.
I'm not sure you understand what you'd log on to
Not
the day after
tomorrow.
that.
Well, I do know where your bed is. So maybe not.
Mm, I don't think you do know where my bed is. I mean, I think you could find it pretty quickly. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I could prove myself as more of a threat to you if that would uh, sweeten the pot. That didn't sound right. I could, if that would alter my negotiating position. But perhaps such things will come in time and don't necessarily need to be in the form of a threat. Uh, just shows of power, whatever. Uh, like I said, I appreciate this tentative agreement, at least as far as frogs and shears are concerned, that we've come to.
I'm curious about a thing.
Oh?
How sharp do you think these shears are?
Gonna be honest with you, not that sharp.
Fair, that's fair. I just wanted to check.
Fair enough. Yeah. Let's leave well enough alone. I'll let you think that, for now, perhaps. It's over. They are good at cheap shearing. Give them a little run. I do, yeah, that efficient action. I'm saying, well, enjoy them.
Well, and even more. And oh, another thing.
Oh, yeah.
This shop is illegal.
Yeah, I bet it is.
You might want to take it down since no one's going to enter it anyway. I mean, it's a pretty good build, don't get me wrong, but you might want to sell something else inside that's
other than
not illegal.
That's fair.
To interact with.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, obviously no one on this server would ever disobey this very clear order in the entrance, so no one's going to enter your shop.
I literally have I already do.
You.
People already have. I have allies. I mean, fair. I'll take the warning and giving. I'm just you're wrong. People won't. If you think that's true, I think your power isn't absolute as that would explain why I think your power is less absolute than you do. I have allies. People are listening to me. They're interested in other forms in other views.
Such as, for example, who?
I would never narc.
Well, then I think you'll understand if I don't believe your claim.
All right, but they're out there. I'm not going to name names without permission, but I got my people.
Yes, definitely. All the supporters who definitely agree with you, and they're just all in your DMs, and none of them are participating in the conversation. All those supporters.
Yeah. I mean, you've
Sure.
made it a little legal to disagree with me. I think they're your supporters to some degree, at least sometimes. I don't see anything wrong with obeying two masters, as it were, following two leaders.
Well, as
But
Carissa Zavar says sometimes, you can only have one priority. Or however it is she phrases it. You know what I mean, though.
yeah, yeah, I do. I just think I disagree, but fair enough. There, just not everyone's in your. Keep it. Believe me or not, but yeah, not everyone's in your pocket, or is in your pocket is about money. Not everyone is in your. Watch out, because you might not have all the allies you think you do. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
That would have been a fun exit, though.
Cute. I'm gonna go through this portal now.
Well, enjoy the nether tunnels.
I will, they're real nice. I've moved VCs. Alright, where's my house? There we go. That was worse than expected, but my expectations were high, and, it could have gone worse, I would say. Oh, sorry. How'd you get in there, buddy? Let's go home and... Yeah, alright. I don't think... Let's, get out of here. Let's recap where we're at. I'm gonna take this, obsidian grid down. I don't think Fi appreciates how much of a threat we are. Oh, damn it, and I had my grandstanding box with me. I just didn't want to set this up a bit better. Here's the thing. I think we're a little bit of a threat, or it could be in very short order if we want to. And maybe Fi doesn't get that yet, or doesn't get that we are... that we have our share of allies on the server. Both sworn allies and then our beloved dearest ally, our VSP, who made us our moss farm and made us fabulously rich, richer than anyone else on the server in the most important block, I would say. And it's done numerous other favors for us. Too many to be represented with simple allyship book or cobble, whatever. No. Not when we are so wealthy. They've made us so wealthy. And I think that alliance will not be lost. So we have a lot to go with. Okay, I'm just going to... some bunker action wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, even though we have mostly de-escalated that. Actually... Yeah, let's get a few symbolic bits of this down. I love landing. Oh, yep, I love landing so much. I'll just do it a couple times to prolong the experience. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I'm so good at video games. Yeah. Incredible. I think we'll be here for a while. Yep. This is symbolic. I'm not gonna do all of this live. But I could recite a little poetry while doing this. Do you guys want Xanadu? I have Xanadu. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf the sacred river ran, through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground, with walls and towers, were girdled round. In there were gardens bright with sinuous rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were forests ancient as the hills, enclosing sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep, romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedarn cover. A savage place, as holy and enchanted as ere beneath the waning moon was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover. And from that chasm with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fast thick pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift half-intermittent burst huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail. In mid these dancing rocks, at once and ever, they flung up, momently, the sacred river. 5 miles, meandering with a mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns, measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean. And from that cavern Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. A damsel with a dulcimer, in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. If I could revive within me her symphony in song to such a deep delight 'twould win me, that with music loud and long I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice. And all who heard would see them there, and all would cry, beware, beware, his flashing eyes, his floating hair. Weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honeydew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise. Fuck me, this is gonna take a while.